Hello everyone, welcome to Star Codes. This is Tania Gabrielle with Astro-Numerologist, and in this podcast we look at a weekly upcoming event in the stars in order to help us navigate the energies with the highest vibration possible. And in this case, it's actually two big events. One is the Virgo new moon, which we're going to mostly focus on in this forecast, but also a day before the new moon we have Pluto re-entering Capricorn. So we're going to focus on those subjects. They both are very connected to the times we're in, and they also connect back to 2020, not in a way that will activate that period again, but to bring it to a culmination. So a lot to cover here. So this new moon happens on September 3rd, 2:56 a.m. That's in London, and September 2nd in the Americas at 9:56 p.m. in New York time, which is Eastern time, and 6:56 p.m. LA time, Pacific time. Now, this is important because the 2nd of September ties into the actual Virgo new moon code, which you'll see in a moment. This new moon happens at 11 degrees with the sun and moon next to each other at 11 degrees, creating the 1111 portal of quadruple new beginnings, 4 ones in a row. So the new moon, of course, initiates a new cycle every month. So you will feel a refreshing sense of openness to explore your life and ideas and beliefs in a new way, which you'll be prompted to do. 11 happens to not only be the psychic master and the number of being in the present moment, standing in that portal and not looking left or right, basically just focusing on the present, not going to the past or future, which are not real anyways. So it is about teaching, and great teachers often have this number in their astrology or numerology code. So having said that, you may have some teachable moments this month about ways that you can relook at things and revisit in a new way. So as I said, Pluto also moves to another sign, that is Capricorn, on September 1st. There's another one, new beginnings, right? And Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008 and has been basically moving into Aquarius, trying to move out of Capricorn into Aquarius for the last, since March of 2023. And now comes the final visit of Pluto into the sign of Capricorn, and it will not re-enter for 248 years. It has a very long cycle around the sun. So this is a very profound moment. And it ties into the new moon because this new moon has the sun and moon opposite Saturn. In fact, that's the only degree that the sun and moon make. They do not connect with any other planets except each other, of course. Now, why is this important right as Pluto moves back into Capricorn? Well, Saturn not only rules Capricorn, but Saturn was the planet that connected to Pluto in 2020 on January 12th with the big stellium, the 500-year event where Pluto and Saturn merged with the Sun and Mercury, and that hadn't happened in 500 years. And the last time it happened was right when Martin Luther broke away from the Catholic Church. Those were big times in the 1500s, I believe it was. Or maybe it was it was 1500s. So we are finishing up. We are coming to terms with that event that began this decade, right literally days into it, with that major stellium that included Saturn and Pluto. And we're now seeing Saturn in a position where it's opposite the Virgo new moon right as Pluto enters another earth sign. Virgo's an earth sign, and that is Capricorn. And earth signs make things real. They cement our convictions. Saturn is a planet of conviction, a planet of responsibility. And so we are, whether you have the new moon on September 2nd or 3rd, it really does not matter, because this constellation event between Pluto moving into Saturn's sign of Capricorn and Saturn being opposite the new moon is really profound. Now, oppositions, which we have in a full moon when the sun is opposite the moon. This case, it's Saturn opposite the new moon. Oppositions always bring energy into balance. And so Saturn is in Pisces, opposite Virgo, and has been there again since 2023 of last year and continues its journey until next year. But Pisces and Saturn require that you take responsibility for your spiritual life and for dreams that may be pie in the sky. So illusions need to be addressed. And so it's all about peace in the end with Pisces. And Saturn is very serious. Saturn wants you to take responsibility. And in this case, you're taking responsibility for creating a life of meditation, of peace, of spiritual connection. So without those, you are then pulled into illusion because you don't have that sense of constant support from the divine that keeps you in a place of trust and faith. So this is a very important time with this opposition to the Virgo new moon, where we're being immersed in earth signs that are asking us to really focus on making things real. And just like the number 8 that governs our whole year of 2024, and September's reflection of that number 8, so it literally enhances it because September in 2024 is a 17 universal month, which reduces to 8. Just like that number 8, Saturn overcomes challenges and brings confidence as a result. It's very connected to leadership, taking the lead in your life. And Saturn and Capricorn and Virgo have a resolve to them that really strengthens your sense of wanting to achieve something. And that energy is really strong in September. Now, Saturn restricts, but the restriction is helpful when it is understood. So Saturn basically is coming in and saying, okay, enough with the distractions. Let's look at what will really help you now, and thereby bringing you into balance. That's especially true this coming week. So it's a good time to clean out closets, to clear your desk, to feng shui your home, to do anything that makes you feel clear and clean, and keep focusing on what matters, because that inner peace will completely envelop your heart when you just focus on what's important to maintain and discard what's not important to maintain. So focus only on what you can do. When there's an opposition from Saturn to a lunation like this new moon in Virgo, it asks you not to rely on others, but to go within and be self-sufficient. Now, Mercury is trying to Chiron, and Mercury just stationed direct on August 28th, and that's a good thing because Mercury rules this new moon. Mercury rules Virgo, and Mercury is exalted in Virgo. So this is very lovely that this planet just ended its sojourn of retrograde, and it was a very big retrograde, as I'm sure you know, really impacted August in a major way. But because of Mercury's exaltation in Virgo and rulership of Virgo, it feels really good in that sign. A lot of profound healing can take place because Mercury is trying to Chiron. It's a very tight trine, meaning it's very close, very active, and this will help you get in touch with ancient wisdom like astrology and numerology, which goes back centuries, millennia. Anything that satisfies your curiosity regarding love, spirituality, those things that connect us beyond the practical or beyond our belief system, but literally are universal laws. This will activate your sense of wanting to connect to those laws and to that love that permeates the universe. One more transit that is generally active right now and very important as it takes us through 2029 is Neptune sextile Pluto. And we're really coming into that sextile now. It began slightly in 2022, and in 2024, it is really becoming close. It's not exact until 2029. These are slow-moving planets, but it is truly in play now. Both Neptune and Pluto will be at 29 degrees in their respective signs, which are Pisces for Neptune and Capricorn for Pluto. And this is creating a real urge to do things in a different way, so to go against the grain. So accepted ways of doing things may not appeal so much anymore. They may not ring true with your heart because you may feel there is a lack of integrity and honor in the old way, and so you're not as readily accepting it. And these old paradigms are crumbling as we speak. That is also due to Pluto leaving Capricorn. And, this last sojourn of Pluto in Capricorn, which I'll cover in another podcast, is hugely important, because when a planet, a slow-moving one, leaves a sign and just sits on the last degree of the sign, 29 degrees, which is a critical degree in astrology, and 29 reduces to 11, and this is an 11/11 Virgo new moon, the new beginnings and the release of the old, which is what we find the hardest thing to deal with, is letting go, are just accelerated to the nth degree. And with Neptune and Pluto coming so close to each other in a beautiful harmonious sextile during this time is very much helping us. So the theme that we are moving forward with is spirituality, Neptune, and transformation and empowerment, Pluto. Letting go of dreams that are very idealistic, not feasible, and instead replacing them with 21st century, the truth shall set you free. That's what the number 21 means in ancient Egyptian star wisdom numerology. The truth shall set you free energy of the 21st century is really being activated now with Neptune and Pluto. And the harmony between these two planets, which continues and becomes exact in 2029, another 29 there. Do you notice that? That's just so incredible. This energy of the 11 of new beginnings. We are just traversing this decade with just shedding the old ways, and it's not easy, but it is much easier if you're aware of it and willingly participating in the shedding, meaning you're consciously actually saying, okay, this is not working. And this especially applies to ideas and beliefs about yourself and about the world. But of course, it all begins with you, because it's especially our personal lives that we need to focus on. There's going to be enough out there in the news for us to realize these energies are in play. We always have to remember to come here and apply that shift within us, because then we will not be taken in that washing machine cycle where we have no idea what's going on because we're so overwhelmed. So the key is, it doesn't have to be a time of overwhelm. It certainly is a time of awakening. And we're being asked through Pluto, empowerment, through Saturn, responsibility, and through this Virgo new moon of health and healing, to step into that place. There's a lot of incredible energy in the star codes these days, and so I will be making more forecasts and going even more deeply. But as we tie together these incredible dots or stars and codes and frequencies, we learn to not take it so hard. It's not about that. It's about bringing humor. It's about understanding what's going on and then humoring it, allowing it to inspire you, allowing it to motivate you, and to go more deeply into these star codes on a daily level, allowing them to motivate you, to inspire you. I have a free excerpt for the September Premium Wealth Forecast, which you can listen to at premiumwealthforecast.com. It'll tell you more about this Virgo new moon, but also about the incredible 17 universal month that we are in right now. This is a very important number for so many reasons you'll discover in that free excerpt. So go to premiumwealthforecast.com. When you join the Premium Wealth Forecast, if you choose to do so, you will also discover a lot more about the Pisces lunar eclipse that's coming up on September 17th. So imagine we're in a 17 universal month, and then we've got this first of 2 eclipses in Pisces on the 17th. We go deeply into that. And also which 10 highly fortunate days based on the numerology you could take advantage of in September. And you also get a fabulous bonus. Every month I channel the Merlin Metatron Collective in a transmission that helps you in a deeply spiritual way and a practical way to understand and leverage the energies of the month. And you also get special music that I choose for you. So for a free excerpt for the Premium Wealth Forecast September edition, go to premiumwealthforecast.com. Have a beautiful, wonderful new moon in Virgo and Pluto into Capricorn. And I will see you in next week's Star Codes podcast. Lots of love.